welcome the Executive Chairman of Aston Martin Aramco Formula One team, Lawrence Stroll.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. It is my absolute pleasure to be here tonight in Saudi Arabia, home of our title partner Aramco and our principal partner Madden. We're delighted to be here at Ithra, a center for world culture, in front of our valued partners, members of the media, and our fans. This is the first ever works Aston Martin Aramco car, developed by our Silverstone team, together with Honda, Valvoline, and our title partner and host this evening, Aramco. As Executive Chairman, I am proud of what this moment represents, because what defines this team is not only what happens on track. Formula One demands courage, and it rewards those willing to build something extraordinary and remain unwavering in their ambition. Thank you for being part of our journey and for sharing this moment with us. Welcome, and please enjoy the launch.
Please welcome Aston Martin Aramco Formula One team drivers, Lance Stroll and Fernando Alonso.
Good evening, gentlemen. Very good to see you. How were your winters? Lance, how was your winter?
Yeah, it was good. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, it was nice. Just some downtime, relaxing, just recharging the batteries and getting ready for the season.
And Fernando, it was a pretty short winter, wasn't it, this year?
Yeah, hello everyone. It was quite, well, the shortest winter, I think, in the last couple of years, but yeah, enough. I think we are willing to go in the car and go racing.
I bet. It's an incredibly exciting time for Aston right now, Lance. Full works team, first Adrian Newey designed car. It's amazing to see all the parts of this project coming together, isn't it? As the team say, by design. What excites you most about it all?
All of it. I mean, yeah, like you said, just everything coming together, the new set of regulations, the collaboration with Honda, and yeah, driving an Adrian Newey design car is pretty exciting for sure.
Yeah, Fernando, driving an Adrian Newey car for the first time. He's designed a lot of winning Formula One cars. What was that moment, and what did it feel like when you realized you'd be driving one of them?
Yeah, a very proud moment for sure. You know, I've been racing against Adrian for the whole of my career, and now finally I can drive one of his cars. And as Lance said, I think huge challenge this year with the new set of regulations and being a works team, you know, having Honda in our side, the Aramco and the challenge that the sustainable fuels has been, you know, for the 2026 regulations. So yeah, very proud, you know, to be part of this family and this organization, and yeah, looking forward to succeed together.
What about the way this team's evolved? You were there at the start, Lance. We'll see a little later a lovely moment with you and Lawrence when the first car was out there. How this team's evolved and the project that's been put in place at Aston Martin Aramco. Have you been impressed by the commitment and the ambition of the team?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, when I think back to the team we were in, you know, 2021, and when you see everything that's happened in Silverstone today, the transformation is incredible. The ambition, you know, we have as a team, we want to win, we want to fight for race wins and championships in the future, and I think it's just very exciting and motivating for everyone to be a part of that.
Fernando, you've seen, even in your short time, quite a lot of change, ambition, commitment. Heading into this season, does that make you more excited and give you a bit of a boost? I don't want to use the boost word too much. We'll hear that a lot this year, I think, in Formula One. But does it give you a boost going into the season?
Absolutely. I think I feel this is a very important moment for the team. It's the very first time we are a works team. We have all the new pieces coming together. We have the factory now completed. We have the wind tunnel. We have Honda. And we have the new set of regulations, so everything combines in a very important season for the team. And I think, I feel that this is the beginning of something important in the next coming years. So yeah, I'm, as I said, very proud, very excited to be part of the project, and we are really looking forward to work flat out to have the success that I think this team deserves in the near future.
Does that excite you, the development cycle, Fernando? Because Adrian loves listening to drivers' feedback. So does it excite you, the fact that this season is going to be so unpredictable, it doesn't matter what happens in race one, everything can change?
Yes, I think it's going to be very interesting because it's a season that, I think it doesn't, always it matters where you start in Australia, but I feel the second part of the season is going to be even more important than the first half. If you understand your weakness on the car, you identify early enough that you can work on those, and I think that's why the Bahrain test and the first couple of races will dictate a little bit the path for the rest of the season. So we are very, very focused on development on the car, and I think as a driver, it gives you the feeling that you will play an important part through the season, and looking forward.
And every track this year, you mentioned it, Lance, every track is going to be unique in terms of how you have to approach it. We've been able to predict a certain amount. I keep using the word unpredictable, but we've been able to predict a certain amount in the past as you go from race to race, circuit to circuit. But this year, that's different as well. Does that excite you? Are you looking forward to that challenge?
Yeah, I think the beautiful part of being a driver, something I enjoy from the challenge over the years is it never gets easier, it only gets different. And each race weekend from the last 10 years that I've raced in the sport has its unique challenges, and it forces you to get better and just improve as a driver and challenge your strengths and weaknesses every single weekend in different ways. And that's why I wake up in the morning and I go racing is to push myself, to challenge myself, to get better every day, every weekend. And this is a new set of regulations, and it's just another opportunity to test myself and I think the whole team how good we can be.
Great stuff. Well, for the moment, thank you very much, gentlemen. We will be back with you a little later. But for now, please give our Aston Martin drivers a round of applause. Lance Stroll and Fernando Alonso. Now, clearly, this team is on an incredible journey. Now it's time to see their next chapter. It's time to reveal the AMR 26 livery.
Watch closely, because what matters most rarely announces itself. It lives in the details, in the standards we refuse to compromise, in the foundations we choose to build. Look only at the moment, and you'll miss what creates it. The unseen hours, the planning, the patience, the work done in silence. The silence is where doubt lives, and where discipline carries you through it anyway. Alone, the work is isolating, unforgiving, often thankless. No applause for preparation here. No recognition for restraint. Yet, this is where it's built. In repetition, in precision, in the environment we create to make progress possible. We have highs that fuel belief, lows that sharpen resolve, progress that's never linear, but always intentional. This is how we work, how we think.
The Aston Martin way.
How we invest in those who see what others don't, with partners who break boundaries. Our way, belief that there is no best, only what comes next. only what can be better than before. What you see now is a moment in time, built on what came before and designed for what comes after. But the work is never finished till everything aligns, everything intentional, everything built to last. By design.
It's been one hell of a day, and a very, I guess the word that comes to my mind is emotional. So I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I'm going to give you all the tools we need to prove we could beat these guys. Thanks, everybody.
What a beautiful moment and a stunning livery that features satin paint for the very first time on an Aston Martin. So that's a glimpse into the look for 2026. Now let's hear from the man who will lead the team into this 2026 season. Please welcome to the stage Team Principal of Aston Martin Aramco Formula One team, Adrian Newey. Adrian, great to see you. Have a seat. I have been looking forward to having a chat with you. I know the AMR 26 is down the road in Bahrain, getting ready for testing. Can't wait to see it on track on Wednesday. But we've seen the livery. What do you think? Satin paint, interesting design on it. It looks great.
Can I start by just saying I've seen many launches. I think that was outstanding. It really was.
Goosebumps.
It really made me feel proud to be part of Aramco, at Honda, Aston Martin, the music by Hans Zimmer. I mean, it was absolutely stunning.
Goosebumps, I think, all round for that one.
So, to answer your question,
yeah.
I'll now get to your question. Yeah, I mean, it's great to see the car as it will be racing. The car we ran briefly at Barcelona for a day and a half. It was all black, partly in truth, because we didn't have time to paint it. And that was fabulous. Funnily enough, Lawrence and I, when it first pulled out of the garage with Lance driving, we were standing next to each other in the pit lane. And I think we were both quite close to having a tear in our eye, because it's been a long, emotional journey of passion and a lot of hard work to get it to Barcelona. To see the car now paired with the livery, so it will be racing with, is of course how everybody will see it, so it's a very important part.
You're often described as the man who sees air, and I read an article with you on the undercut, and you talked about how you were visualizing the airflow before creating the car. So for a lot of us, that's really hard to imagine. Can you talk us through that process?
The can I see air? The answer is no, I can't. But I try to do my best to visualize what the flow is and what it's likely to be. Nowadays, of course, with CFD, computational fluid dynamics, then that's a fabulous tool for actually being able to stare at a computer screen and understand what's going on. And it's unlike the old days where it was wind tunnel and bits of smoke and flow and wool tufts. Now you can see it in much more detail, but that only tells you what it's doing at that point in time. It's then using the clues from that to try to go forwards and develop the next idea.
Can you talk us through your philosophy for this year's car?
We all knew what the regulations were. They were published. So I just tried to sit back and think, okay, just think from first principles, what are these regulations? What could be a possible solution? Came up with a philosophy. And then when I started at the team on the 2nd of March, then kind of discussed that philosophy with the aerodynamicists and the designers at Aston Martin. We all agreed that seemed a viable proposal, and that's what we've followed ever since.
You're known for liking new regulation cycles, getting excited by them. Did you feel that way when you opened these? Did you look at it and think, there are some great opportunities here that I can exploit?
Whenever there's a big regulation change, there's always huge opportunities. It's who spots what and which one is the ultimate, it proves to be the correct solution, only time will tell. So you saw that in 2022 when the last big regulation change came out. Then, start of 2022, there's a lot of different interpretation solutions. In the end, one turned out to be the correct or the most appropriate one, and that's what, by let's say, the start of 24, everybody just started to converge on.
You've said that the car will look very different in Melbourne than it does in Bahrain, and I imagine by Abu Dhabi it'll look very different again. How do you see this development cycle evolving?
I think this year there's likely to be a huge amount of development. I would imagine that for many teams, including to an extent ourselves, the car that they ran in the Barcelona pre-season will be a fair bit different to the car that they actually race in Melbourne. And that pace, I'm sure, will continue through the season.
What do you expect these cars to be like to race? I know the intention is that we will get closer racing. Do you see that from the regulations we have? Will that take time?
I think overtakings, there's been a lot made about ease of overtaking, and that was the intention of the 22 regulation change. If you talk to the drivers, it helped a little bit initially. By the end of last season, they didn't feel it was any better than it was in 21. It could be something similar here.
The team here has undergone rapid growth. The AMR 26, it's the first car designed and built entirely within the compound, within the completed AMR technology campus. From an engineering perspective, what does the campus unlock then that simply wasn't possible before, now that everything is together on site?
I think, first of all, it's a lovely building to work in. It has a good atmosphere. It's a pleasant environment. Because let's face it, a lot of us have been doing 12-hour days, if not more, over the last months. So having a pleasant feeling to the room you're working in is very important. The layout of the building is very conducive to everybody working together. It's all very centralised. And the facilities are second to none, as Lawrence's kind of vision and investment into this building has given us, without doubt, the best facilities in Formula One. And that's a tremendous asset, but it's clearly only one part of the equation. The equally important or second part is the personnel that populate that building and how they work together, and that's the bit that I feel we're making huge strides on at the moment.
All right, well, Adrian, just stay here for the moment, because earlier on, Lawrence mentioned that tonight is all about collaboration and shared ambition. So to discuss this further, we'd like to invite a world-class suite of partners to join us on the stage to continue the conversation. So please welcome, representing title partner Aramco, Executive Vice President of Technology and Innovation, Ahmed Al-Kuwaita. And representing technical partner Honda Racing Corporation, Koji Watanabe. And representing official lubricant partner Valvoline, Chief Executive Officer of Global Operations, Jamal Muasha. Adrian, if you'd like to join me here. Thank you very much. Gentlemen, lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us this evening. If I can start with you, Adrian, to set the scene, though. You've mentioned the team has an unwavering intention. Your strategic partnerships are clear evidence of that with the team, with Honda, with Aramco, and with Valvoline. How important has that collaboration been in laying the foundations, not just for success now, but for the future as well?
I think the collaboration, or the power unit is such a central feature now with these cars. And the integration of the power unit with the chassis is absolutely vital. So the triangular relationship between Honda, Aramco, Valvoline, and ourselves is absolutely key to our joint success. And that's what's fabulous, is that we have formed a truly equal partnership that it's all down to us now.
Well, Watanabe said, if I could come to you, the 2026 regulations introduce major changes across the chassis and the power unit. From a manufacturer's perspective, how has Honda approached this project from a development and engineering standpoint?
Well, it's really challenging. And e-motor is much more powerful and 3 times more power than before. But while battery capacity remains almost unchanged, so we have fewer energy generation sources. So energy management will be the key for the new power unit. Also, sustainable fuel is also the new challenge for us. So we are really working hard and closely together with Aramco.
And what about the working relationship with the team so far? Has it brought the integration between the organisations? Has that been as you expected and brought the advantages that you wanted?
Well, our engineer often fly to Silverstone, and also the engineer from the Aston Martin also working very hard in our factory in Japan. So distance itself is not challenge, but maybe flight cost is a little bit disadvantage for us compared to the European manufacturers. But also time difference is sometimes good favor for us. And if we send a question to Silverstone at the final time of the working day in Japan, but the next day in the morning, we already received the answer. So it's kind of 24 hours development. So really happy to work together with
It works to your advantage,
yes.
yeah. Okay, Ahmad, if I could come to you. We're here tonight at Ithra, Aramco's incredible home in Saudi Arabia. What does Ithra represent, and why does it make a perfect location for this livery launch?
Yeah, so we're here at Ithra. It's the King Abdulaziz Center for World Culture, also known as Ithra, of course. This place is where we cultivate learning, we cultivate creativity, we cultivate problem solving. So it's really the perfect place to have the announcement and the launch of the F1 car. If you look at the architecture here, incredible combination of form and function. And that really is an inspiring architecture that, which really reflects similar form and function that we've seen in this beautiful car today.
Aramco have had involvement across FIA Motorsport already with F3, F2 and the F1 Academy fuels. How has that helped you develop the sustainable fuel you've needed for the AMR 26?
Yeah, so we've been working closely with Aston Martin since 2022 on motorsport technologies, and with Formula 1, Formula 2 and Formula 3, as well as F1 Academy, we've been supplying low-carbon fuels, all in preparation for the 2026 Formula 1 season. So we've been able to work together with Honda and Aston Martin to develop these low-carbon fuels, and we are looking forward to the introduction of ProForce Plus, our 100% FIA compliant sustainable fuel this season. And from this season's racing and from the testing, we're hoping to collect a lot of data that we'll be able to use to perfect future formulations and future wins, hopefully.
We look forward to it. Jamal, if I can come to you. Valvoline celebrating its 160th anniversary and a return to Formula One this year. What's different about Valvoline today compared to F1 of the past?
Yeah, Valvoline, as you said, it's 160 years this year. And we've been innovating in performance in motorsports since the inception of the industry. When you think about it, that legacy of being the first brand and the legacy of taking our deep technical knowledge and marrying it with the advanced technologies that are needed in engines, not just in motorsports, but in cars every day, that's what's the same. What we're excited about and what we're proud of is really what's different. And that is, when you look at the scale of the business and the brand, over the last few years, it's rapidly grown. And this innovative products and outstanding service that we provide is in now more consumers, more customers, in more parts of the world. But then on the Formula One side, to be able to come back after nearly 40 years and be a lubricant supplier, it provides us a great opportunity at a time when Formula One, is reaching peak popularity. It continues to grow. You also have, these new technology challenges that are coming along. So for us, what's different is as the team has evolved to the new Honda Power Unit, it's to be able to develop a solution and work side by side with the teams to come up with something that was going to maximize performance. And so, embedding ourselves with the great teams here to support this magnificent car, that's where the teams had to really work together. And I think Adrian said it well, which is that co-engineering approach is really critical to success in motorsports.
Fans may not think of motor oil beyond an oil change, say. So how does it directly impact the F1 car's performance on track?
Yeah, motor oil is critical to the protection and performance of the engine, which then means, how is the car actually going to perform on the track? And so what's critical in a Formula One engine in particular is it manages and impacts power efficiency, reliability, and durability. And so you have to take all of those into consideration. And so as we went out, as we set out and working with the teams, our focus was really on how do we reduce friction of the rapid moving parts of the engine, while also at the same time taking heat away from those rapid moving parts to take that away from the power unit. And so that's a critical part that we had to do. When you look at that, in addition to the other critical factor with a motor oil is it has to drive consistency. So for the race teams, they want to make sure that as they're preparing for a race weekend, that the consistency of how the motor oil is going to perform, it impacts race strategy, it impacts the performance of the engine, which then impacts the drivability, the calibration that they have. There's a lot that has to go into it. That the motor oil is a critical part of that. So it's important that we design something that can maximize performance. But at the same time, we're also really competitive. That's what a motor oil has to do. And so we want to win. And so we want to push the limits of science and physics to maximize and create a competitive advantage for the team.
I think we all do. We all want to win, definitely. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. If I can invite you to retake your seats. Adrian, thank you very much for your time as well. Now, to conclude this evening's event, please welcome back to the stage your drivers, Lance Stroll and Fernando Alonso. Gentlemen, come and join me by the car. Looking resplendent in your race suits as well. Looking good. What do you think up close, the new livery? Fernando?
Yeah, looks good. We love the green, and I think it's a little bit, some differences from the last couple of years with the matte color, which I hope all our fans will love, and we will drive as fast as we can.
And Lance, the satin paint, it's looking good.
Yeah, it looks good. If it's fast, it's going to look even better. So we have to wait and see. But the car's very small this year, very compact, and just excited to get out there.
We're excited to see you drive it. One final word, if you could, Lance, on the support of the partners and the growing global fan base that the team has ahead of this new season.
Yeah, just let's go racing, I mean, it's always a very exciting time of the year when you see everything come together, all the hard work of everyone back at Silverstone, just the whole project coming together, and it's just going to be nice to get going.
And Fernando, a word from you for the fans and partners.
Yeah, we will give it all. We have an incredible support all around the world. We have great partners. We have incredible facilities. We have the determination to do well. And I think this is the beginning of something really nice for Aston Martin. So I think the fans will enjoy. Please support us and see you around the world.
Fantastic. We look forward to seeing you on track, both of you, in Bahrain this week. Thank you very much. And thank you all for joining us this evening. Huge round of applause. Thank you. We will see you at a track very soon. Bye-bye.